have any targets up here. We just had something go right over the top of us that, I hate to say this, looked like a long cylindrical object that almost looked like a cruise missile type of thing moving really fast that went right over the top of us.
UFO witnessed by airline pilots in sky above plane, audio recorded. We have seen an increase in the sightings of UFOs by not only military, but also passenger airline pilots in the last few years, and this is from all over the world. And with this increased sighting and these reports coming to the public's attention, it is getting harder not to believe that something is absolutely going on that cannot be explained. It is extraordinary. Whether this is some sort of advanced military tech, even then it could point to the greater phenomenon of actual UFOs, either otherworldly or interdimensional, as I tend to believe. Either way, we have to agree that there is something going on, and the fact that more and more of this information is becoming public makes me think that disclosure is coming that much closer. What used to be taboo, what used to be not allowed to be spoken of, is now seemingly being encouraged with shows like Tucker Carlson. Every once a month or every couple months, it seems he has a new story featuring someone in the military describing some sort of UFO information, either sightings or tech that is being used or reverse engineered. There seems to be this intensified direction of disclosure. And here we have again another sighting, and this is coming to you from FoxNews.com. American Airlines not denying possible UFO spotting. Says, quote, talk to the FBI, end quote. Now, this is interesting because it used to be, this was not encouraged as far back as 10 years ago, maybe even not that far back, where pilots would feel free to come out and talk about these sightings that they'd seen that were unexplainable. This was a taboo subject. Many pilots feared of losing their jobs, being evaluated psychologically for coming out with this information. And yet now we have American Airlines not even denying it. And that should say something. That should tell you something right there. An American airline passenger jet traveling from Cincinnati to Phoenix encountered an apparent UFO over northeastern New Mexico Sunday afternoon. New Mexico might ring a bell to any of you who have studied even the least bit of UFO history. It's obviously where Roswell occurred back in the 40s. The pilot on Flight 2292 radioed around 1 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time and said that the unidentified object was flying right on top of them, according to a transmission recorded by Steve Douglas on his blog Deep Black Horizon. American Airlines verified to Fox News that the transmission is from Flight 2292. So this is not a made-up story. This has been confirmed. Do you have any targets up there? Quote, the pilot questioned air traffic control. We just had something go right over top of us. I hate to say this, but it looked like a long cylinder object that almost looked like a cruise missile type. Moving very fast. It went right over the top of us. Now, cylindrical object. Tic-tac shape comes to mind. Also, the famed cigar-shaped UFO comes to mind. I believe the cigar shape is usually described as longer than the tic-tac, but they're both cylindrical, and you know he doesn't describe the size or length of it. It moves fast. He just saw the shape of it. So could have been either one. You know, the tic-tac shape has been seen by the military. That was the famous case that they saw down off the coast of California, the Nimitz encounter, as it's known. The Go Fast video, all involving some sort of tic-tac shape, so it could have been something like that. American Airlines confirmed the radio transmission is authentic, but did not give any further comment on the possible alien encounter. Following a debrief with our flight crew and additional information received, we can confirm this radio transmission was from American Airlines Flight 2292 on February 21st. That is just 3 days ago. An American Airlines spokesman told Fox News in a statement, quote, "For any additional questions on this, we encourage you to reach out to the FBI." Very interesting there. FBI is now involved. The FBI did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Tuesday. Flight 2292 was around 37,000 feet at the time of the sighting, and Albuquerque Center did not respond because local air traffic interfered, according to Douglas. The flight went on to land in Phoenix, Arizona. New Mexico is home. So this is another little interesting part here. Could be a military involved. It's home to White Sands Missile Range, which is located in the southern part of the state and is described as the Department of Defense's, quote, largest fully instrumented open range, end quote. Open air range, rather. White Sands Missile Range did not respond to a request either. So there's radio silence from the FBI and the missile range. Now that doesn't necessarily mean they are involved. They might know it wasn't them, and they don't want to let that information out either. We're in like sort of soft disclosure, although it's getting a little more into the hard disclosure territory now. But there's still things being kept under wraps. Thousands of UFO sightings are reported each year, but encounters by pilots have received increased attention recently, which again makes me think that we're headed towards disclosure, full-on disclosure rather. In February 2018, two pilots separately encountered an object beam of light at roughly 50,000 feet in eastern Arizona. So another sighting around this desert region, which is, that would be a good place to conduct testing or just fly around. There's not a lot of people there. It's more limited in population, so it would be easier to sort of get around this thing. Now, this is from the report in 2018. Pilots over southern Arizona encountered something strange last month. This is 2018, according to an FAA recording obtained by the Arizona Republic. Quote, "Was anybody above us who just passed by about 30 seconds ago?" a pilot asked air traffic control. "Negative," the air traffic controller responded. "Well, something did," the pilot said. Another pilot chimes in and says it was a UFO, with a little slight chuckle. This has also been recorded on audio. The incident took place the afternoon of February 24th in the skies just north of Tucson. The pilot who first reported the unidentified object was with Phoenix Air Group, a private aviation company out of Georgia that contracts with the government and private groups. And it goes on to have a conversation between air traffic control and the different pilots of different planes in the area. Air traffic control asking other pilots if they had seen anything or to keep their eye out that they might encounter something in the next few minutes. And you can hear this transcript. We're going to play this transcript now so you can hear the actual audio of what was recorded.
Albuquerque, 7-1 Papa Golf.
7-1 Papa Golf, good.
And there was anybody above us that passed us like 30 seconds ago?
7-1 Papa Golf, negative.
Okay. Something. The UFO. Yeah.
American 1095, let me know if you see anything pass over you here in the next 15 miles.
You don't see anything passes over?
American 1095, affirmative. We had an aircraft in front of you. It's 37 that reported something pass over him, and we didn't have any targets. So just let me know if you see anything pass over you.
I don't know what it was. It wasn't an airplane, but it passed us going the opposite direction. Hey, it's American 1095. Yeah, something just passed over us. Don't know what it was, but it's at least 3,000 feet above us. But yeah, it passed right over the top of us.
Okay, American 1095, thank you.
Yeah, center to the 1755, checking in 320.
And Delta 1755, Albuquerque Center. American 1095, can you tell if it was in motion or just hovering?
Make it out whether it was a balloon or whatnot, but it was just really either flight or I had a big reflection on it, several thousand feet above us, going opposite directions.
Okay, Roger.
Was it a Google balloon? UFO.
Well, there you have it. This recorded audio is proof that these pilots are seeing something and reporting it, and not only that, it's now being reported and released to the press, which is giving this a lot more attention by the public, which isn't being covered up. So it makes me think that we are headed towards disclosure, possibly very shortly, very soon in the future. So we will keep you updated on any other further information that comes out of this report, although I'm guessing this is probably it. They just like to push this stuff out a little bit at a time. It's sort of like a faucet drip that seems to be increasing with intensity. Join us on our live show, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Sundays, as we talk about the UFO phenomenon, the paranormal, biblical prophecy, strange mysteries, and hidden histories. We thank you for watching.
Have any targets up here? We just had something go right over the top of us, and I hate to say this, looked like a long cylindrical object that almost looked like a cruise missile type of thing moving really fast that went right over the top of us.